Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has had the longest development cycle of any game in the COD franchise, which breaks tradition from the typical 3-year cycle most of the series has been created under, excluding of course last year's entry, Modern Warfare 3, which was developed over a 3-day weekend, a weekend fueled by unfathomable amounts of cocaine. But here we are for the 7th year in a row playing a beta of a new COD just a couple months before it comes out. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if my heart's in it anymore. I mean, it's Call of Duty. It's just the same thing year after year. So we might as well get this over with. I'm gonna check it out. Probably gonna be disappointed. All right, Treyarch, what do you got for me? Okay, what is that? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a triple kill. Oh my God!
My back!
Get out of the way! Damn it! The fucking Chad. Ooh! I'm about to... Oh my God. They've actually been cooking. Can you believe it? Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Shout out to Jack Wall, by the way, the composer for Black Ops 6. Give this man some fucking props and praise. This legend has worked on the Mass Effect series as well as other COD games, including Black Ops 2. The main menu music of a Call of Duty game is so important. Even though it might seem like a small snippet of the game, it sets the tone. It's what players are going to hear every time they boot up the game, and Black Ops 6 has nailed the Black Ops vibe. Raining the Fire is as good, if not arguably better, than Adrenaline from Black Ops 2. But maybe I'll do a tier list of main menu themes. That'd be a fun video for the second channel. Go subscribe to Ackman TV. In a previous video, we discussed the trailers and gameplay showcases, and I said Black Ops 6 looked too good to be true. And now I have a chance to see if it really is. I think you can tell a lot about a company's intentions based on their marketing. What is Treyarch and Activision's strategy for selling you on their latest product? Step number 1, in your promotional trailers, write in big bold letters, "Round-based zombies is back." That's right, fellas. After years of wandering through the darkness with Warzone zombies and whatever the fuck Vanguard was, we have come to the light at the end of the tunnel. Round-based zombies is back.
We made it. We won it.
After years of endless complaining, Treyarch has at last decided that, well, we were right the whole time. Round-based zombies is the superior version. Sorry, Warzone zombies, better luck next year. Right now, Activision is ramping up the marketing for Black Ops 6, and one way they're doing this is driving around the United States Capitol on a bus with the words, "The truth lies" on it. Now, fellas, in the past, we've talked about how Call of Duty may have lost their balls. That's balls right there. That's balls. They have reclaimed their testicles. All of the Call of Duty games not set in the future have had some kind of direct link with either past or current politics and social issues. And I think putting themselves in the heart of politics in America is a fantastic decision, especially given how prevalent misinformation is on social media and the internet these days. Oh, hello, IGN. It's funny that your logo just appeared on screen for no reason. What a coincidence. I just thought it was a genius idea to go with the whole "the truth lies" marketing campaign. It's very fitting for the Black Ops brand. You know what I want to see in the campaign? I want to see Reznov show up and he's like, "Actually, Mason, I was alive the whole time."
Well, I wasn't in.
As I've said in the past, first impressions matter a lot, and right now, Black Ops 6 has the vibes. I'm down with it. But marketing isn't the same as gameplay, so let's dive into the multiplayer. Black Ops 6 could be the most well-rounded, competent Call of Duty we've seen in years. Usually there are some orange or red flags you get while playing the beta, but I didn't really see any. I mean, outside of the obvious pre-order the Vault Edition to get early access to Russell Adler's ballsack. Pre-order? Have you fucking pre-ordered yet? It's weird though. I'm like, I feel out of my element. Usually I have a bunch of shit to talk, but I don't really have any major criticisms. All my notes just say, yeah, it's good. Really? Is that... All right, we'll run with it. I always approach Call of Duty betas with a great deal of skepticism, and Treyarch, they've been cooking. Come October 25th, we're gonna be eating good. There are a couple areas of concern, but we'll get into that. First off, the maps. It's always a difficult thing to get right in Call of Duty. And we've seen what happens when map design leans too heavily in one direction. We've got the extreme linearity of COD World War II's 3-lane design. Then there's Modern Warfare 2019's overly complex formula. There will be 16 maps at release for Black Ops 6, and we got to test 4 in the beta. I enjoyed them all. Although Treyarch has talked about going back to COD's 3-lane map design, which gives me PTSD, I never felt like I only had 3 choices in how I traverse the map, or that when I go out into the open, I'm not being shot from 8 different directions and have all these sightlines that I can't account for. You see, we all enjoy the core Call of Duty gameplay, but what separates the awesome COD multiplayers from the bad or mediocre, it often boils down to what gets in the way of that gameplay experience. Is it ghosts, where you find like 5 people to shoot in a 10-minute match? Yeah, that gets in the way of the gameplay. So by simply saying the maps in Black Ops 6 are fun and I don't hate them, that's like all you really need to say. Managing sightlines and potential angles an enemy can have on you is a huge part of getting good in Call of Duty. Knowing the map, knowing where you are likely to be shot from. What I like about Black Ops 6 is that you can actually jump across and mantle through much of the environment in ways that older Call of Duties would have just blocked off with invisible barriers. You can get creative with the movement, and if it looks like you can jump or mantle on something, chances are you can. One cool new feature is the auto lean. Whenever you're next to cover, you'll automatically lean towards it. It feels smooth and natural and doesn't require the player to hit any keys or buttons to do it. I played this on Xbox with a controller, and I found that I didn't really feel outclassed by PC players using a mouse and keyboard. I think this game is more casual friendly. Scud is like a smaller version of Airfield from World at War. Rewind gives me Burger Town vibes. Apparently Vorkuta's gonna be a map in here too. Like, why are we just doing that now? I mean, hot damn, that's a good idea. But it also feels like every weapon type is viable on every map. Despite the Omni Movement and how fast and crazy players can move, that doesn't mean LMGs are outclassed by SMGs. It doesn't mean you can't snipe on certain maps or you can't quick scope. I'm a huge fan of dynamic, even gimmicky map design. You know, having things players can interact with, like a hidden path behind a bookcase. Fuck! That was pretty great. That's like straight out of a spy movie. Yes, more of that, please. I love these types of map interactions because they let the player exert some control over the environment. I love getting killed by things like exploding cars or explosive barrels. Wow, he got me with the barrels! He got me with the explosive barrels! That's sick, because it makes the environments feel real. Like, yes, there would be oil barrels and exploding cars and shit like that. I still think Call of Duty could benefit greatly from map destruction, or like a smaller version of Battlefield's Levolution, but you know what, this is alright. Although based on the Call of Duty website, it sounds like all of the maps at launch will be small to medium sized. All the launch maps are small to medium sized with traditional 3-lane routes and have been meticulously designed to fully realize the signature Call of Duty Black Ops experience. This means offering rapid, energetic combat along with a variety of scenic set pieces, cover opportunities, and ranged thoroughfares, interesting word, to ensure your favorite style of play is catered to, from close quarter strikes to long range sniping, with emphasis always on the action. This culminates into tighter gameplay that's perfectly suited to Omni Movement. That's a great description. However, one issue I have is that we're gonna be missing maps like Wasteland that are more catered to a specific long range style of engagement. It sounds like we're not going to get maps that are more specialized on providing a specific experience, rather maps that can provide all the experiences all the time. Something to consider. You know, big maps are fun too. I love Ground War. Doesn't sound like we're getting that, and I don't know if it's being replaced with anything. So while the 4 maps in the beta play well, we might be facing an issue in regards to variety. Now let's talk about Omni Movement. This new system allows you to sprint and slide in any direction while facing any direction. I feel like we should have gotten this a long time ago as far as innovation in Call of Duty, but hey, we got it now, so I'll take it. One major problem I've had with recent Call of Duty installments is the huge skill gap in terms of movement. A player on console using a controller is at a huge disadvantage when going up against someone on mouse and keyboard because of shit like this. Because the movement mechanics were much easier to exploit on mouse and keyboard, and that's the key word, exploit. Omni Movement is not an exploit, it's a base mechanic. And during my 5 or 6 hours in the beta, I never felt like players were exploiting movement in a way that was frustrating to go up against. That's the common theme, is that Black Ops 6 is removing the more frustrating, annoying aspects of the gameplay experience. I've also noticed that people drop-shotting is not as annoying. I'm not getting quick-scoped all of the fucking time. Black Ops 6 is less about sprinting and slide canceling constantly like a crackhead, and it's more about timing these things properly, like timing a dolphin dive down a staircase to get the jump on your enemies, rather than diving across every sightline. The Omni Movement opens up so many possibilities for hilarious moments. Oh my god! I respect it. I respect that place so much, you have no idea. Oh my god, that guy's a fucking Chad. Ooh! Yo! It worked! I just got a double kill! Oh my god. If you're being chased and sprinting away, you can slide backwards without having to look backwards. You know what I mean? Almost like a ninja moment in Halo. Even with all this crazy movement, you would think SMGs are going to be the meta, which they probably are, but I'm an LMG Chad, and I can still fucking dominate a lobby by good positioning. Omni Movement is a total game changer, for the better. And how appropriate they gave Black Ops 6 the tagline, "Move like an action hero." Move like an action hero. I think the movement is just sweaty enough to make a difference in key moments, but not so sweaty that you'll be abusing it constantly throughout every match. Basically, casual players are going to have a much better time in this year's Call of Duty than last year's. I would know. I am a filthy casual. People can do some crazy shit with the Omni Movement, like fucking 360 dolphin dive no scopes. Oh my god. Omni Movement overall is a massive W for the series and opens up new possibilities for players to express themselves. Arguably one of the best additions to the game is the hostage mechanic.
I don't even know if
Oh my god! No! No! I'm a hostage! Fuck! Help! Help for the love of God! Oh my god! I'm dead. Run up behind a player, hold melee, take them captive, and you can voice chat with your prisoner and vice versa.
What are you gonna do now?
Let me go, Poopy!
That's what I call for your mama.
Let me go, please! Please!
You're mine!
Let me go!
The entertainment value of this mechanic is on full display already. Clips are going viral. You're coming with me to the shower!
No!
Yep.
No!
It's nice to see Call of Duty leaning into these types of social interactions that players can have.
Come off your fucking mic, you bitch!
One of the more recurring issues with a new Call of Duty are the glitches, the hackers, and a general lack of polish these games have at release. I have only had one game crash so far, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't Treyarch's fault, it was the deep state trying to silence me. And just like that, we have been handed an L. This beta is clean, there is no real jank. It feels like they've spent 4 years on this. It feels like there's been more time spent on this than any other Call of Duty. And while I've seen clips of hackers going viral on Twitter, this may sound harsh to some viewers, but I believe if you use hacks like this in an online multiplayer game, you should be castrated. If this is the level of polish we can expect when Treyarch has 4 years to make Call of Duty, yeah, Activision, if I might pose a little suggestion, yeah, give them 4 years from now on, please. The effects are noticeable. I could actually recommend this game to people. 4 years of development is clearly the way to go. Time to kill is always a highly contentious topic in these games, and I've always preferred a longer time to kill. It seems like distance and range are far more important than ever. With longer time to kills at range, it means both players will have more time to strafe and send more shots down range, which leads to more intense, longer firefights, but you can still delete people quickly in closer medium range. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a triple kill. Oh, we're popping off, boys. We're popping off. I think this has a lot to do with the new system of damage multipliers. But the end result is that combat is much more interesting, and you have more opportunities to turn the tides if someone gets the jump on you. And it means players have more meaningful decisions to make of when to engage, disengage, hide behind cover, auto lean. Health regeneration is also pretty fast, so if you take some hits, you only have to stay out of the fight for a few seconds. It feels like the emphasis is on the action, and you don't feel like you ever have to lock yourself out of a firefight for extended periods of time. Now, on the customization side, many fans were hoping to see the return of the Pick 10 system, and sucks to suck, I'm glad it's not here. Fellas, we had like 8 games with it, okay? This new system's good. I felt Cold War did a pretty good job of class customization, and it seems that we are back to that. You've got 3 perks, a tactical lethal, field upgrade, primary, secondary, the usual stuff, but you also have a wild card, which can give you an extra perk or a second primary weapon. But they've also added a specialist upgrade. No, not Black Ops 3 Ultimates. I'm not talking about that. This thing. If you run 3 perks of the same color, you unlock one of 3 bonus perks, granting you things like killing enemies, granting a movement speed and health regen buff, or recon, where after you die, you can briefly see the positions of all the enemies on the map. A little busted. Or getting extra points for destroying enemy equipment. These bonus perks aren't so impactful that you feel like you need to run them, but they are a nice incentive for players to adopt a more specific play style. What they've also done is added a 3rd weapon slot for a dedicated melee weapon. My guess is maybe melee weapons weren't selling too well in the shop, so yeah, don't make me replace my secondary for a melee weapon. Just give everybody an extra slot. Good idea. And you can swap to your melee weapon anytime by holding the melee button. Gunsmith returns as expected, but one key difference from previous gunsmiths is most attachments don't have any cons or negative effects on the firearms. Long gone are the days of trying to put an attachment on only to see this dreaded minus ADS time. I don't know if it's going to be there in the full release, but I'm not able to see the numerical differences with attachments. Remember how you could open up the menus and see like all the stats, all the data? That was super informative in gauging how much impact an attachment would have on a weapon's performance, and I think it's a mistake to not have that or to hide that from the player. Hopefully that's not how it turns out at release. There does appear to be a smaller amount of weapons, kill streaks, and equipment this time around. Not too much feels new. Hopefully there's more at launch and afterwards. The RCXD, for example, is, well, I fucking suck with it. Really hard to control. Wait for it. Fuck, we'll get it. Damn it! Are you for real? Get out of the way! Damn it! But of course, that's just a skill issue. One thing that's cool is that the CUAV no longer is like a floating dot in the middle of the map that anybody can shoot down with 2 or 3 shots. It takes more fire to bring the CUAV down, so those are actually more valuable than they were before. Because it does suck when kill streaks are too easy to shoot down. The attack helicopter now automatically pings enemy players that it's shooting at on the map, which is super beneficial because even if it doesn't secure kills directly, you still get a better chance of getting the kill on the ground. You still get information. Little changes like this can go a long ways in making the game feel fresh while still utilizing the same types of kill streaks we've seen before. Now, as far as game modes go, this is my big area of concern because it seems like we're not getting a whole lot of variety come full release. Please put in demolition again. Just why do I have to keep begging for it? It's the best mode. It's my favorite. But there are some important additions. Domination has been made vastly more interesting by having the 3 capture points be zones, like hard points, instead of small flags. This change makes playing the objective in Domination far less frustrating because you have more places to hide. When you're taking a point and you know someone's on that small flag, you know exactly where they're going to be, which makes it very risky to take said point. The one new mode they have is Kill Order, which is basically VIP from Halo. And this shit's pretty fun, not gonna lie. You have to protect your HVT while going after your opponents. The longer the HVT survives, the more points your team gets. Unfortunately, the official COD website doesn't have a lengthy list of new or returning game modes. It's like, just give us more game modes. We have 20 fucking years worth of game modes to draw inspiration from or include. And it doesn't sound like Ground War is making an appearance, so yeah, a little concerning. We also have the return of map voting. Hooray! I can't remember if it was in Modern Warfare 3, but it's a feature that should always be included in Call of Duty so that we never have to play derail. They also brought back the fucking Black Ops end screen where you and the top 3 players on your team can spam emotes. You know what? It used to be cringe, but I think we've come full circle and now it is based. Luckily, if you're on the fence about investing $70 into the full game or not, you can try it out if you have Xbox Game Pass. So overall, Black Ops 6 feels much more accessible, less oppressive to casuals, and tears down all the roadblocks to getting to the fun, the core Call of Duty combat, the fast-paced action. Overall, Treyarch has been cooking with Black Ops 6. They've taken the time to really nail this year's Call of Duty and get us back on track after last year's disaster. While I have concerns about map and mode variety and the amount of multiplayer content at release, that's pretty much it. The core experience is phenomenal. Is that the truth, or does the truth lie? I don't know anymore. Am I an agent of the deep state? Was I paid off? Are we all trapped in the Matrix and some Marxist communist agenda? I don't know anymore. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Black Ops 6 beta in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace.